This is everything I eat in a day as a woman's trainer and nutritionist who's in her own recomp phase. My goal for the next 3-ish months is to lose around 8 pounds of body fat. Now, this doesn't mean I necessarily care about staying -8 on the scale, because I also want to maintain, if not gain body recomp, lose body fat, gain muscle. So if the number stays around the same, I don't care. But I do want my body to look a little bit more lean, fit, more muscle, and also just feeling a little bit better. The whole last year, I've strictly, really intuitively ate. I haven't tracked a single thing. I haven't pulled out a scale. But in April, and you'll see, I have a whole video on how to kind of get your health back on track this spring. I tracked my food in April, and although I was really good with fiber and protein, I'm really conscious of those things. Some of my portion sizes were massive and more supportive, I think, or not more supportive. I was eating bigger portions and what is supportive for me hitting my health goals, which this spring and summer, not even because we're necessarily going into summer, I just want to lose a little bit of body fat and take the gym more seriously and gain some more muscle. So these are the meals I'm eating to achieve that. Disclaimer, I feel like these videos always have to have a disclaimer, but this is just for entertainment. This isn't for you to copy every single thing that I'm eating. I'm a 5'9" girly. I'm very active. So the calories I eat, the macros I eat, I'm not telling you that you should match exactly what I'm doing. I have always loved watching what I eat in a day videos. I think it's all in your mindset around them and the people you watch, not watching people who unhealthily, restrictively eat. For me, it showed me as a woman, all the what I eat in a day videos, it was women who were eating like around 2,000 plus calories, who were eating more than what I ever thought was okay to eat as a woman, who had women who had these strong, fit, lean bodies. And I was like, wow, it really showed me that I could eat more of the right things, of course, not just eating a bunch of fast food, and build a body I really felt confident in. So that is why I am making this, because you'll see I'm not eating some 1,200, 1,500 calorie diet. I'm in a super slight deficit, and it's around 2,000 calories for my body. So let's get into it. Let's make some protein pancakes. This is like a protein pancake bowl recipe I found on TikTok. I will say I typically don't have like protein powder, protein pancake kind of stuff on the daily, just because I prefer to eat more whole foods. But this, I'm currently making this voice memo around lunch on the same day I filmed this, and I am still very full. Typically, I'd like to add more fruit in this for fiber, but I ran out of frozen fruit in the freezer, so I added a ton of chia seeds, which got me in more fiber. So here she was, kept me, again, very full, very satiated. Okay, post-breakfast, here I am again. I'm having a nice coffee. This just has whole milk. I either do whole milk or half and half frothed. And then I have some sugar-free vanilla, or I'll do maple syrup, or I'll do honey. I really love making fun coffees, but this is like the staple I have in the morning. I drink a ton of water throughout the day. I'm not gonna show you that. I drink plenty of water. And then I do take a few supplements. I'm not a big supplement person. Supplements are never gonna fix like a janked up diet and lifestyle. And first, I used to struggle with histamine intolerance. And the more supplements I took, honestly, the worse my symptoms felt, because a lot of supplements can increase if you have histamine intolerance, or higher histamine. So I do take a few. I take a fish oil. I take calcium because I had a foot injury. And the only supplement kind of related to fat loss is I do take berberine. As someone with PCOS now managed, I find it helps me really regulate my blood sugar, but it's not something you should just start taking willy-nilly. It does need to be cycled. It can cause some people GI issues. So if you're going to take it, do your own research. And I'm not going to show you the brands because I don't have any super special brands. They don't matter a whole ton. But let's get into lunch. So before I made lunch, I took my little Isla Bean ice cream, my perfect daughter. Hi. And I took her for a walk. And then going into lunch, I was meal prepping for today and tomorrow. I don't like to meal prep for the whole week. My past with histamine intolerance, but also I just get so icked out if food is in the fridge for more than 24 hours. Something else I forgot to mention is throughout the day, I mix a little bit of organic coconut water with my water to get in some extra electrolytes, especially if I'm working out or outside in the heat a lot. I feel like that lunch was a really good depiction of how you can take something that would otherwise be known as like unbalanced or unhealthy, like Kraft mac and cheese, but I got a chickpea version of it. The ingredients were better. It was higher fiber, higher protein, even more protein than like MyFitnessPal showed. It wasn't totally accurate for like the kind that I had. And then I added broccoli, I added like the chicken sausages. So it was a much more blood sugar balanced meal than just Kraft mac and cheese. And when you can find these meals that work on a deficit, or even if you're not in a deficit, that can still be like more supportive towards your hormones and your goals, like that's what's gonna make you be consistent and therefore successful. So that was 10 out of 10. Here's little me and Isla. Here's little me and Isla Bean. And I might make an afternoon coffee because my morning coffee, you could probably see by the color of my morning coffee, didn't taste great, so I didn't really drink it. So I might make an afternoon coffee instead. So I think the problem with my coffees today is that I use skim milk, which makes it like this muddy, weird gray color, but it was still good. I had a Greek yogurt as a snack, and then I headed to the gym. At the gym, I did an upper body lift, and I did one of the workouts that I programmed for my clients. This is one of the easiest dinners I have ever made, and you also can do this with ground turkey or ground beef and do different toppings. But essentially you just flatten ground chicken on a tortilla, add a bunch of spices, pan fry it in a little bit of olive oil, and then add on, you can either make your own Caesar salad or you can use Caesar salad mix if you want it to be easier. Put it in the tortilla, and these are incredible. I'm not a huge fan of quote unquote healthy desserts. They aren't super satiating for me. So twice a week, we like to get the real deal. We like to get ice cream. Hey guys, it's me again from this morning. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're someone who's interested in either health, hormones, and fitness, that's my first business, or entrepreneurship and faith, that's my second business, this YouTube is where both collide, and I would love to have you as a subscriber.